Alright, what's up everybody? In this episode, we'll be going over the differences between the old Model X and the new Model X to help you decide which is worth buying. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Starting off with the exterior. So here's the old Model X, and as you can see, it looks very futuristic. But this is the new Model X, and you can already tell the differences between the fog lights. So there you can see the fog lights are more in line with the Model 3 and Y. And you get new wheels. So you have two options. You have these 20-inch wheels and you have the 22-inch wheels. Let me know in the comments down below which one's your favorite. Moving on to the rear. Here you can see on the Model X, this is the old one. You've got these chrome trim. You have these tail lights, which has a tiny charge port connected into the tail lights. On the new Model X, yup, you guessed it, the charge port is more in line with the Model 3 and Y. And you can see the diffuser is slightly different from before. There's now an indent in the diffuser versus before it was a straight line. And you can see there's also the chrome delete except for the Tesla badging. And you might notice this badge on the back. That is the special badge to notify this is the plaid version. So let me know in the comments down below which exterior you prefer. But now, let's go on to the specs. So this is the old Model X, and these are the specs for the long range. So it can go to 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds. The top speed is 155 miles per hour, and the range is 328 miles. On the new Model X LR, you have a range of 348 miles, which is 20 miles more than the previous one. You also have a peak power of 670 horsepower, and like the previous one, you still have seating up to 7 seats. The acceleration is also slightly faster than the previous one. It can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 155 miles per hour, which is the same as the previous one. And you get two electric motors, one in the front, one in the rear. Now going on to the performance, here is the previous model, and it can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds and a top speed of 163 miles per hour and a range of 272 miles. But now going on to the Model X Plaid, you have a range of 333 miles, which is significantly more than the previous Model X performance. It can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds, so that's a 0.1 second difference, not that much different than the previous. The top speed is also the same, 163 miles per hour, and it has a drag coefficient of 0.24 CD. And the peak power for the Model X is 1020 horsepower. That's how fast it is. And with the Model X Plaid, you get 3 motors, 1 in the front, 2 in the back. And you get a full redesigned battery pack from before. Now going on to the interior. So there you can see this is the old Model X, and you have a full steering wheel with a ton of stalks. You have a vertical display. You also have an instrument cluster. You have these traditional vents to control the airflow. This is what the 6-seater looks like. 2 seats in the front, 2 seats in the back, 2 seats in the very back of the Model X. But now, the newest Model X interior is a masterpiece. This is what it looked like. And yes, you got it correct. It's much in line with the Model 3 and Y. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I love this new interior. You have a horizontal screen, which looks so much better than the vertical. You have this wireless charger here where you can charge 2 phones at a time. You still have an instrument cluster, thank goodness. And you have this whole new wheel, which is basically cut in half, and Tesla likes to call it the steering yoke. The center console is so much better than the previous one. You don't have traditional vents, you have these special climate controls where you control the airflow from the touchscreen. This is incredible. You even have a rear display in the second row, so you can be going on a road trip and you could be watching YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, or Disney Plus while sitting in the back when the vehicle is even in motion. That is just mind-blowing. Now Tesla has been saying on the website that you could game from the rear display. They still haven't released that feature, but you could still watch YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, and all that sort of stuff on this screen. And the Model X is now containing a whole new audio system. It includes active noise cancellation microphones, which reduces the sound that comes from outside of the vehicle. Any type of pedestrian murmur or like any type of wind by cars passing by, you won't hear that. It will be reduced by these microphones. And you got 22 speakers. Previously, you had 16 speakers. Now you have 22. So that's an additional 6 speakers to this newest model. And it's powered by 960 watts. That's how good this audio system is. Getting in and getting out. With the old Model X, you only had one option. You only had these 2 key fobs. But now with the new Model X, you have 3 options. That's an additional 2 options from the previous one. You now can use your phone as a key, just like the Model 3 and Y. And just like the Model 3 and Y, you can use your key card as well. So you get 2 key cards, 2 key fobs, and you can set up your phone as the phone key, which just makes it so much more convenient to use. So yeah, these are the changes of the Model X. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these changes. Now it's time to decide whether it's worth you buy the old Model X or the new Model X. The old Model X is still an amazing vehicle. It was still very convenient to use. When it was released back then, everybody got so excited by those Falcon Wing doors. And the new Model X is even more convenient. So basically, it's on you, whether you need these features or not. If you don't need these features, go with the old Model X. But if you really like these new features and you think it's more convenient for you, go ahead and buy the new one. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode.